So this is going to be, yeah, so this is going to be pretty much, I think this is like round, I think this is round 2 or round 3. Either way, this is the third game in the set. Going to be between our Zerg and Terran player on Abyssal City. Of course, this very beautiful map, and we'll go through some of the features of this map in just a moment. Starting at the bottom, well, sort of, we'll say 3 o'clock position, as our pink Zerg player will be ToRPetrify, one of the 2 pets on the sea community, and his opponent over at the top, well, top-ish, left-hand side, 9 o'clock, we'll go with that. His name is Asparagus Man, but you also may know him as Ruined. The very familiar meching player from the sea region who's done some good stuff with his mech. Showed me a thing or two, and we'll see how he goes. Unfortunately, I didn't really get like a, oh, god damn it, my phone's going crazy, hang on. Let me just silence it, there we go. I didn't really get a report on what happened in games 1 and 2, but I guess it went pretty well for one player and then pretty bad in the next game. But we'll see what happens. So, looks like Pet going to scan out straight away, making sure he keeps an eye on what his opponent is up to. Greetings to Daedalus and Rawfish and Danosaur and all of you cool folks. But anyway, let's talk about this map. Of course, this is one of the newer maps in, well, sort of a newer map in the community. We've also got a giant, we got the ESV Space Shark just here. As you can see, that guy is just roaming around. That's actually, I've played a couple of practice games on this map. That's actually really frustrating sometimes. You see this giant-ass freaking shark coming along and, you know, just floats across your natural here. It's actually a little bit worrying. But of course, you know, standard sorts of things on this map. You've got your expansion that can be relatively easily walled off if need be. You know, just the pylon, the gateway, those sorts of things for a Protoss. Of course, for a Terran, you can throw down a Rax and all those kinds of cool walls. For a Zerg, you know, Evo chambers and, you know, the odd spine crawler or these types of things. iPara, who's now known as Hex. You need to change your Twitch name, dude. Yeah, so it's, you know, reasonably standard sort of way to for the starting sections of this map. Of course, as we see Ruin taking his command center after the Rax, and is now going to pick up the gases 1 and 2. Expecting mech out of him. I think I might just say that now. I know you guys will know. If you know of Ruins, you may have played against him, and he's fantastic with the mech, but sort of expecting him to bring out those sorts of things. Then once you move out from your natural, of course, you've got these ramps here. I've got a destructible rocks covering one of the sides there that limits the opening. Then there is a second ramp just across here as well, and then a third that leads into what is normally the third base. So we'll see that Ruin comes along here and is going to just sit his SCV around here, keeping an eye on what is going to happen down there, keeping in mind that Pet has picked up his gas, didn't actually get too much, just a standard 100 gas to get enough for his metabolic boost on those lings. And I'm sort of predicting that everything will be pretty standard from here on from both of these players. Of course, Pet will probably want to grab his third base reasonably soon. And then, you know, we'll probably see him start to sort of stray away to the particular tech that he's onto for this particular map. I would not be surprised to see Mutiling Bane on this map just because of the size of the map, and of course the fact that if you get some really good creep spread going out through this sort of area here and sort of keep spreading it in the direction of your opponent, you can get some really good flanks going on. There are 2 Zelnaga watchtowers just in here as well that you know, you can use to keep an eye on what's going on. We'll just have a look at Pet's vision there, as we can see, the big GSL sign in the middle, and lots of big ramps through the middle section here. There's also a large destructible debris pile that blocks a central path through the middle of the map. And as we can see, there are quite a lot of lings just being picked up by Petrify. So interesting to see that he's going to go for something like that. Very much a ST lifestyle of play. Unfortunately, he's actually supply blocked right now. He does have quite a lot of lings out now, though, so he is going to go all out with this aggression right now. And we'll see if Ruined is able to defend against this. Back at home, of course, the standard sort of reactor Hellier coming out with the starport just on the way. And those lings will be spotted right now. Are they going to get inside? Maybe. No, not going to get inside, but of course the Hellions out here at the front are going to be able to help defend against all of this. The bunker trying to be repaired by a mule and an SCV, but I don't think it's going to last too long. The command center has to lift, and the bunker is now gone as well. As we can see, that is left just a big amount of destruction here in the inside the natural. Of course, the extra supply depot has now been removed as well, but with the Banshee on the way, Cloak is also on the way. Ruin should be able to recover from this, however, it will take quite a big chunk out of his normal economic position. And yeah, I think, well, as pointed out by Pox, there's not really a wall there. Unfortunately, not fully walling off that position there, so the Lings did get through. Probably not the type of way he wanted to defend against that. But back at home for Pet, double Evo Chambers picking up his gases 1, 2, 3, and 4. He's also got the third base also on the way. So he's sitting in a comfortable spot right now. Of course, you're probably going to want to try and drone up from this point. He's being very cautious as well, and making sure that these spore crawlers are available to him to protect against the Banshees. And as we can see, one Banshee already on its way across the map, and we'll see how much damage this can get. This will be a big question of how this particular game goes, because Ruin really needs to get some damage going here. Obviously, there are a lot of Lings out on the map still to protect against those against the Hellions. With the Banshee coming in, we'll see what this is able to get done. A little bit of Cloak there, but unfortunately the Spore Crawler available to detect and shoot back at that Banshee, and that, well, for the moment, has sort of signaled the end of that aggression. Perhaps if he can get across to the third base, he might be able to get a little bit done here, but the Hellions are walking up into a trap. Where is Admiral Akbar when you need him? Slight bit of miscontrol there from Ruin, and unfortunately, he's going to lose all those Hellions for virtually no damage. That looked like he shot his own Hellion. That was really weird. But a couple of Hellions that have come across, the reinforcement Hellions, are now trying to just run their way back home, or roll their way back home, I suppose you could say. And they are gonna get out of there for the time being. But Ruin has now only just got his expansion going. No gas mining, of course, just at the moment. Does have a little bit of a different style coming along, so he's gonna throw out the bio style. So just throwing a little bit of a different style of play here from him, throwing up to 3 racks. He's got double eBays at the back, pumping away at those upgrades, level 1 and 2, level 1 for the infantry weapons and the armor on the way. So he's you know, he's throwing it out there. He's doing something different. I do know he has been playing around with bio a little bit more, just trying to make sure that his style is a little bit more rounded out to protect against being metagamed or anything like that, as you would expect someone to be if they play mech all the time. And as we can see, getting a little bit of damage done, just controlling the Zelnaga watchtowers with these Banshees. Just want to try and keep the Zerg from knowing too much about what's going on the map. And as we can see, it looks like Pet is just boosting up the Ling count. Another 40 Lings on the way, with +1/1 on those upgrades for the Lings just about done there, and a Baneling that's just about to complete. He's making sure that he's prepared for any possible outcomes that might come along, and he has actually seen the fact that it is going to be a bio style here. So all the cards have been revealed from the perspective of Ruined, so he's going to have no secrets for the time being. And yeah, I'm sort of interested to see how this goes. Of course, as everyone will know, bio not particularly his primary way of playing the game, but I mean, you know, if he can pull off a bio win, that'll be very interesting, given that it's not his particularly favourite style of playing the game. And it looks like Pet trying to capitalise on that wall. That's not a wall here, and in fact will be able to get in. In fact, no, lifts up the Hellions there, drops them down at the back. I'm not sure what the plan was with that, but unfortunately the Lings are able to sweep all over all of those units there. The tank goes down, Hellions are being lifted up. It looks like the SCV is trying to come to the rescue, and Pet is doing an insane amount of damage right now. So the SCVs are being killed by the truckload, and 15 have gone down in total, trying to come back up to the ramp to defend and hold up against all of these Lings that are now sweeping through the map. There are more reinforcements on the way, and the Banelings now coming in. Are they going to be able to get any damage done? No. Targeted down quite nicely there by Ruin, so he is able to at least save the game from for this moment. But at what cost? Of course, we have to ask that question. So You know, he's got the Banshees now coming into the third base. Unfortunately, one of them does go down. Not going to be able to get too much more damage done. But Petrify still has 40 lings out on the map. And, in fact, has the capability to turn all of these into Banes. And I would be very interested to see if he'd like to just go for a Nesty crazy style and just pick up a whole bunch of lings. But back on Ruin's side, his tech is still a little bit in trouble right now. He still has not picked up 2-2. He's got the armory there to get it started, but unfortunately, just because his economy has been so far behind, he's just really been troubled by the fact that all this pressure has come along. And Petrify sitting on 62 drones, 30 for Ruin at the moment, and he is quite far behind at this moment, and we'll have to, you know, I don't want to say he's down and out for now, because I know he's a very good player, and of course, you know, you see people, some people, you know, a particular player you may know by the name of Flash, you may have heard of him, has come back from a position like this. I'm not saying that Ruined is Flash, but you know, if someone can do it, surely someone else can also do it. So, does have a medevac drop coming across from the southern side of the map. Hive is just about to pop up there inside the main as well. There is also a double drop going through the top side of the map, and we'll see if this is able to get any damage done. This would be quite key if he wants to keep himself inside this game. He really needs to put some economic pressure on Petrify to make sure that he is not just sort of freely teching up and getting all his units out, but 10 infestors have just popped out. And these guys, once they get into position, of course, with their fungal growth, the infested Terrans also helping out as well, just soaking up a bit of the energy there. Beautifully done with that Banshee, but inside the main, here we go. There's a drop, getting a couple of worker kills. We got just a few at the moment, but there is also that double drop up at the top at the third base, getting inside here, doing a whole heap of damage. These guys with their combat shields, their stim, their 1-1. Unfortunately, the medevac actually just flying away. I'm not really sure where they're off to, but the Spore Crawler is going to go down. Fungal's coming in from those infestors, but the drones have been off the mineral line for quite a while, and that attack has been foiled for now. But as we can see, continuing on with the pressure down at the main base, lots of links being shredded apart by all of these Marines, and he's done, you know, he's done a reasonable job. We haven't really evened up the worker kill tally, but you know, he's throwing it out there. But Petrify, look at all these infestors. He's kept every single one of them alive and has a lot of fungal growth available as well. So he's looking quite good right now. The heavy base, I suppose you could say, with the high yield geyser, is about to get mining as well. He has finished up on that hive, and it looks like the Greatest Fire is now also morphing in. The Mushroom Head building is just switching over. Back at home for Ruined, he's got a lot of Marines and a lot of tanks. I think he really needs to go out for some kind of push just to try and, you know, deal some damage, because if Petrify is just left to get all of these infestors up, get all those lings available, and some Broodlords as well, he's just going to be able to just 1A into his opponent's base, or, you know, throw out the odd fungal growth, but then 1A. So we'll see what the plan is here from Ruin. Still no attempted third base just at the moment. 5 bases to 2 in total. It is looking very, very good here for Petrify. There is that Greatest Fire just popping up now. And of course, we've got all of those Broodlords now morphing in. 3 in total. Not a huge amount, but it's going to be a couple more in just a second. Just waiting for a bit more minerals. There is Petrify. And there is a scan. He knows that the game is on. Ruin really needs to get some damage done right here, right now. He's got a scan going on, and the Marines are actually pushing across extremely fast. Maybe if some good splits go down, he may be able to get in there, but unfortunately, a little bit too late. Now the tank's going to try and siege up and see what they can do against all of these units, but unfortunately, the Siege Splash is going to kill themselves more than they'll kill the Zerg. But the Brutal is slightly out of position here. A couple of good splits there from Ruin, but not good enough. Will he be able to get in there and do some more damage? The Brutal is taking quite a lot of fire there, but I mean, these guys are sitting up there with their 225 health, huge fungal growth on top of all of those Marines, and they go kersplat. Lings coming in from the back, the tanks are dead, and the fire is basically done. A couple of Vikings coming in, but unfortunately, every single unit there from Ruined has been annihilated, and that is GG from him. So in this best of 3, the winner is Petrify from